Hello again, I'm back with my carrots, and you can see from the organization of the simple painting that I have an odd number of objects, which is always optimum. Feels better than even numbers, and the salt is off of the areas that were salted when it was wet. Now I'm gathering my pens to decide what I will use for inking, and I think I'm going to go with my favorite Sharpies, the Sharpie Ultra Fine and the Sharpie Fine, which is the fatter of the two. I will pull out this Pigma Sakura 0.3 in case we need something else. And then for those of you who were in class with me this past winter, you'll remember I brought in some white markers, white chalk markers. This happens to be from Hobby Lobby. It's a 2mm fine point chalk marker, which I got in their scrapbooking section. A lot of fun to work with. I may want to reintroduce some lights into the leafy areas up at the top. So that's why that is out with my supplies. So here goes. Let's see. I think I will start with the leafy area and reintroduce light, because when we do quote-unquote pen and ink, it doesn't have to be ink. It can be anything that comes out of a pen, and sometimes the lines are movable because the pen is not permanent, and sometimes the lines are permanent because the ink is permanent. Know what your product is before you put it on, because that'll tell you if you can go back in with more watercolor later. So I've got my white chalk marker, and I'm coming in here to put some loose, curly, swirly lines into the darkest areas. This chalk marker is feeling like it's getting a bit dry, so I may need to reactivate it. When I first started using it, I couldn't get it to go because I didn't shake it. So shake, shake, shake. Here we go. And then you're supposed to press down and just hold it there for a few seconds. Oh yeah, that woke it up. The white that's coming out now is a bit brighter. All right. Well, that brought some life back into the foliage on the plants, which is what was really needed. So here you can see more up close what those lines did. And they're curly lines. They're rounded lines. My favorite. Now I'm coming into the rest of the painting. Let's see here. And I'll just approach this one carrot at a time. I'm starting with my smaller marker. So this is my Sharpie Ultra Fine. And I'm going to start out with some loose and broken outlining. Broken because I haven't taken the line. I haven't made it a consistent, perfect outline. You can see here's a broken area, here's a broken area. When you outline, you run the risk of making your work look more elementary unless you break it up. You can see just from how I've started here that my style is more to the scribbly side. So my lines look really rough and loose, and that works for me. So I think this carrot is just about done. A few dots on there. Now I'll come over to this heavier purple carrot. I think this one needs some stronger line because it's so dark. Actually, maybe what it needs is the white. Let's try the white again. Come back in here and, oh, that's fun. It needed more light. That's what it needed. Yes, I'm liking that. But I don't want to overdo, so I'll stop right there. Knowing when to quit's always really important. Let's bring in a few extra darks. Darks don't really want to show up, do they? So I'll just put the darks in where they can maybe do the most good, which is down below in the roots. And up here, up at the top. Okay. Now for carrot number 3. Maybe I'll stay with this bigger, thicker marker, which I really ought to replace because this one is kind of dry and used. I'm going back again to that idea of a little bit of broken outlining, a little bit of scribble on the edges, and I'm working my way down to the bottom. I think I'll use some really dramatic pattern inside this carrot. Kind of do that Zentangly approach of putting in pattern or designed line inside a shape. A little bit more up here. There we go. That's good. And I think for the 4th carrot, I'll go back to what I did with the first one, which is to switch to the smaller pen, use scribbly line, not overdo, and then come back with some of these sideways lines, kind of like we put in the birch trees when we did trees, and round them a little bit because the shape of this isn't just a flat shape. It's a shape that suggests roundness. It's a more of a tubular shape. Is that the right word I'm looking for? I don't know. Anyway, you want to begin to suggest some roundness, and you can give some form to your carrots if you're going to do them by putting in these horizontal curved lines, not straight but arced, which implies roundness. Now I can fuss all day up in the leafy areas with more line, but this will get you started. This will hopefully give you some inspiration